Right? Like it's actually up and running. The platform's going.
Well, that threw the whole week off, dude. Like, cause I mean, we were getting ready for the show on Monday, then we just absolutely canned it, and then had to basically run Tuesday like a Monday, and it just ran everything wonky.
Yeah, it was odd. Da, 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 da. Let me get the I know, right? This is really compelling programming. Just me and you hammering away on our keyboards.
Hammering notes
Yep.
out.
So for you folks hopping in early, like you just saw us on the timeline and immediately hopped in on Twitter, welcome to the pre-show. If you've already ventured your way over to YouTube, welcome to the Pink Seats Party Deck. Feel free to hop in the chat. Let us know, because I feel like this is going to be a game where, Vince, you and I aren't necessarily going to be on the same wavelength as a lot of the fan base. So I'm curious to see how the party deck goes for this game.
Right. Right.
So, let me do.
It was a fun
So,
game though. I loved being there at night, man. That was awesome.
yeah,
That game's the
we
best.
got another night game too, which granted, part of that is also, I think, to accommodate Cal, but still, I ain't going to complain about it.
Accommodate Cal. Ooh, okay.
Antipas, what's up? Hopping into the pink seat party deck. Let me fire off just one more tweet, plug in the show real quick, and then we can dive into the 2 minute warning. And man, we got a big one to start. So before we dive into that, I want to be able to give you my full undivided attention on this. So
I was so let down Saturday whenever Lamar decided not to play in fantasy, and I had to pick up Joe Flacco.
hey, he's been slinging it.
It turned out to be a good pickup. That's not where my team slacked this week at all, as a matter of fact. So, like, I can't even sit here and blame it on not having Lamar. It
I was gonna
was
say.
Aaron Jones. I threw Aaron Jones back in the lineup. He was on pup for a while, and I'm like, man, maybe I can get some numbers out of him. And
Man,
with
I am
five,
just completely broken by the Counting Crows as a band, because anytime someone has the last name Jones, just Mr. Jones and me, stuck in my head. That song
stuck in
just
your head.
burned into my brain. So let's go ahead and start the 2 minute warning. I got the tweets up and out, plugging everything. So big weekend of college football, and I mean we got to start with the biggest story of all of college football, right? And that was North Dakota State winning the Rock against South Dakota State.
Right. I definitely tuned into that one, Keith. I was locked in for that one, but I was so locked in. I'll let you give the synopsis first. Go.
Now, so LSU boat raced at home by Texas A&M, and not even 4 years after they brought him in, Brian Kelly back out of the paint. So another marquee job open. That's wild. This coaching, I think EA caught a lot of flack for like how volatile the coaching carousel system was in the video game. They
Right.
might have friggin' nailed it this year, man. Everyone's trying to move.
I mean, you almost have to get. I feel like a lot of them, once one went, now everybody else is like, oh shit, like I better fire my coach now instead of,
Which is
because back channels are being worked to John Summerall, to Lane Kiffin, to all these names that have been tossed around.
okay. So
So you gotta get it. You gotta do it now.
of the marquee jobs that are currently open, and I'll let you throw in a couple or one or two that you think will be open. Lane Train, like we both have him basically written in Sharpie. He's going to Florida, right?
Not so fast, my friend. Not after this
Really?
weekend. I'm kind of
Really?
like, I'm leaning maybe because his daughter's dating Wes, the linebacker. Maybe a family thing. Maybe I don't know. It's pretty fun to sit back and watch Lane Kiffin be courted though by all these college football teams. It's hilarious. It's like my own version of Love Is Blind or something.
I I don't know, man. That man just radiates. I want to spend every waking moment of my life in Florida, and not like Miami, Florida either. Like he seemed right
Yeah.
at home at FAU down in Boca. I'm sure he would love Gainesville. So I think that pairing is going to be like a fit like a glove that's not Orenthal James's isotoner, but
It'll
actual
be a
perfect
damn
fit
good
glove.
fit. I agree with you. I think if he does go there, wherever he goes is going to be a good fit in all reality because it's going to be a university ready to spend money on football.
Now, have we reached the critical mass of jobs where teams that could potentially be that are considering letting their guy go? Do they hold on an extra year? Because, like, dog, this cycle's going to be crazy. All the best guys are going to go either to other jobs or they're going to get stupid big contracts because everyone's in a bidding
Right.
war for them.
Well, like the team down the road, right? Like Kentucky, I feel like they have to pull trigger this year on Stoops if they want any shot at having John Summerall on their roster. Like that's their big go for big fish guy that they want, and you got to pull trigger now if you want that.
See, and I'm glad. So I've been of the camp. They missed that boat a while ago, and I was glad to have other people repeat my
Right.
sentiment. Bud Elliott, Cover 3 podcast, National College Football Show. It was briefly mentioned because someone like Kentucky fans seemed to think John Summerall's their guy. And he was just like, no. If Kentucky wanted John Summerall, they should have hired him out of Troy.
Now, if I'm James Franklin, right, and I'm sitting back, I'm looking at the Virginia Tech job as the job, dude. You go there, you can recruit. They'll put money into football. You know they will, Keith.
How much?
They'll show up. They'll show up. It doesn't really matter how much because I think that James is kind of like Coach Brom in a sense where he could win with less in this conference. You know, like he's not going against Ohio State, Michigan, and all those other crazy teams year in and year out. I think he can go to Virginia Tech, win 9 games a year, and be perfectly satisfied, and then make the playoffs in a couple once in a blue moon. But of course, he's going to try and go to LSU or something or Florida.
I was going to say
other bigs.
LSU,
Ole
Florida,
Miss.
Ole Miss, or another job that potentially opens if they poach
Exactly.
a P4 coach. So
This shit's just crazy this year. This
James
is
Franklin
insane.
also could just go get a broadcasting gig and wait and be like, okay, I want 16 million in rev share money, and then I want boosters
Right.
kicking in another 12 to 14 every year if you
What's
want me to
his,
come to your program.
What's his buyout for? Isn't it
hold-
something crazy? Like, I know it's a crazy buyout, but like the terms of it are one of those weird terminology ones.
I mean, he has to go, like, he has to continue actively seeking equal employment, which I'm pretty sure that's standard language in everyone. So James Franklin, 49 million, and I believe Brian Kelly's was 52. So
God bless.
over $100 million
job in the
just on
world.
those 2 jobs.
Best job in
Speaking
the
of,
world, fired football coach.
Speaking of, actually, I'll save it for the start of the show. So let's go ahead, get the show started, and we'll bring it in. So, hello and welcome to another episode of From the Pink Seats podcast here on the State of Louisville Podcast Network. We are the internet's first, best, and only podcast dedicated exclusively to the University of Louisville football program. I am producer Keith. With me, as always, co-host Vince Lococo, and we're coming off a victory Saturday where some people are sour about the way we got it done, and I feel like we're going to sort of be in that camp that it's like maybe we're going to get some comments like, "Why are you not more upset?" But it'll be a weird one. Before we dive into the episode, if you haven't already, if you're watching us on YouTube or if you're watching us on Twitter, make sure to drop a follow. Hop on over to the YouTube, hit that subscribe button like I have in the background right there. If you're on Twitter, hit that follow, and then make sure you follow all the accounts associated with the show at the State of Lou. That's where you're going to be watching this if you're on Twitter, at Pink Seats Pod, the football podcast account. That's where we're popping off mostly on game day. At Producer Keith is mine. At Vincent Lococo is Vince's. And again, if you're hopping into one of these live shows and you want to be part of the conversation, head on over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, and hop into the live chat so you can join the Pink Seats party deck. We got people already hopping in early. And That's sort of my vibe. Like 6-1, let's freaking go. Go
Right.
Cards. This is the type of stuff I love to see. And it was an exciting weekend because Saturday, the game started at 7, but man, the party, it got started at
I was
9
I
a.m.,
was
man.
rolling out of bed and I was waking up to like 30 text messages from Keith about about the huddle. This is great.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. A bunch of students were there. They got the band over there, had a bunch of the
It looks
cheerleaders
sick.
and dancers over there. A bunch of students. They had Jack in the Box breakfast. They had a station. They were passing out like sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches. They had T-shirts everywhere. It was a good little setup over at the alley. I was a little worried when there was like a spittle of rain at like
Right.
8:45, 9:15. I'm like, oh God, is this really going to drive people away? But then we showed up for it. Coach Brom was on super early, which I was shocked to see him doing any sort of media on game
Yeah,
day.
I was surprised to see him doing anything on game day. He seems definitely more of the type of like a hook a live mic up to me while I'm walking on the field type deal, and not like a formal sit down interview. That was cool to see. It was cool to see Coach Kelsey out there doing interviews as well. I mean, it was just an overall cool vibe. I loved the setup in the alley. You mentioned that last week, Keith, that you were hoping they were
Yeah.
set up there, and it was cool to see. Just the picture looked good in the background. I mean, it looked like a college game day with the crowd behind them, so it was fun, and I was pleasantly surprised for the game overall. I mean, stuff to complain
Yeah.
about, but obviously stuff to be happy about.
We got to meet friend of the show, Emac, finally in person, which
Yep.
I it's gonna be weird to say. I expected him to be a little bigger. Like I was
No,
it's
not
like,
me.
look, dude, look, he's a Division 1
You're a fool.
offensive lineman. And look, I get it. I'm a big guy, but if you're a D1 offensive lineman at a program like Clemson where he won a natty, it's like, I expected you to be bigger than me.
No, you're crazy. You could see the frame on his shoulders where his
Oh,
his shoulder frame is like a brick house and ours is like squishy.
nah, no, dude is well put together. That's not what I was meaning. I was meaning like, oh, I thought you were going to be like, 6'6", wider, even wider.
Well, you should see Makai Becton in person sometimes, and then if you want
That's
a sight to like stop you in your tracks, all 6'8", 335 pounds of him will definitely impress you.
I think that my opinion of that got skewed very early because I met Anthony Munoz as like a high schooler, and that dude is a freaking monster. So I
Yeah, I
was just
saw
like, oh,
Cam Newton in middle school getting off the bus whenever he was playing for Auburn. That I went to that UK Auburn game, and I don't think I've seen a bigger human being.
oh, I got to shoot the shit for like 2-3 minutes with Coach Jimbo Fisher. That was pretty cool. He was much nicer than I expected to the North Carolina program on his segment. So I got a joke in. I was like, "Oh, you being in nice North Carolina, expecting them to give you a call, coach?"
Oh
And
gosh.
well, he's been putting it out there like he's more than willing to jump back into the coaching ranks. And he was like, I wouldn't turn the call down if they called.
These guys are fools, in my opinion. Just take your money and run, man. You got your national title. Take your money, just sit behind the desk and have a phenomenal desk career for like 30 or 40 years and just ride off into the sunset. Why have the stress?
Well,
Why have it?
I mean, the bug still hasn't bit hard. You could tell, like they were doing their
Well,
little
I've
chuck.
got a little league football team. Me, you, and Jimbo can go start kicking some ass together, man. He
Well,
has just don't do it, man. Just
oh,
chill.
like even just like
Enjoy
the
your boat.
chalk, even just like the chalk talk segment on the huddle, like Emacs kind of getting into it, and then Jimbo's really getting into it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that man is bored as hell right now. He wants to be on a sideline right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, pregame vibes before we dive in, though. Had a great time doing pregame content again. Was lugging around the surf side, shooting some stuff with BSIM. Always a blast doing that. And it, like you said, was kind of a pleasant crowd. Like about what I expected.
Right.
Um, the weather, I thought it was phenomenal weather for a football game.
It
But
felt great outside up until like the third quarter. I got a little chilly, but I didn't have my sweatshirt on yet. Put my sweatshirt on. Perfect. Perfect. So no complaint. I mean, really, very little complaints for me when it came to the weather and pregame vibes and all that stuff. I mean, Keith, we won, but yes, there's definitely some stuff in there to clean up for sure. This is one of
Oh,
those victory Sundays that they go into and they're like, awesome, great. They're probably even a little bit more thrilled because they have stuff to work on.
I was just gonna say, like, that's the sort of Sunday where the coaching staff is thrilled. It's like we get to win, and I get to lay into my guys for screwing stuff up. This is the best. It,
Exactly.
it's always better to learn from a win than from a loss. So,
Right.
high level observations. You want to go O to D or D to O this time? Which way you want to go?
Just go offense, defense, because that's how everybody
Okay.
says it.
Okay, so offense. And you know what? This kind of plays into it. We were able to run the ball again. Like, now,
That was
granted,
awesome, man.
this is a Boston College team where we expected to be able to win in the trenches. We're able to bully them around. But it was also a game where the running game had to be good because the passing attack was pretty pedestrian. And one worry that comes up, and Naughty in the party deck brings it up. We won, but, you know, Lacey, he only had, I believe, 5 catches for like 40, 45 yards. Bell only had,
Yep.
I think, 4 or 5 catches for 50 yards. And Brown fumbles again. That's back-to-back games with a fumble. This time, though, I believe our defense was able to take advantage and get the ball right back almost immediately. So that one didn't come back to bite us. But, you talk about the fumbles, but you also have to talk about, like, the multiple 60+ yard runs Isaac
Right,
Brown
man.
had.
Like,
Just unreal. And I mean, Coach Brom even talked about it in his presser. It's like, yes, you would like him to have 2 hands on the ball more regularly, but when you're covering the ball up like that, you lose some of your wiggle and you lose some of that elusiveness that makes him so special. But man,
just
what a friggin'
tape it to his
game.
arm and have him walk around the facility with it taped to his arm.
See,
That's
I'm
what I
always
think.
just like, make him carry it around campus, and if someone other than him brings the ball back to the coach's office after class, get
That's
him.
definitely what I would do. Like if I was a coach, I would definitely do that for sure.
So Isaac Brown, though, phenomenal game. O line, they finally bullied a team. We'd been begging them all year to bully a lesser
Yeah.
trench team, and we finally got to bully someone. And yeah, passing game was pedestrian. We had another bad Miller Moss interception, which on retrospect probably looked a lot worse than it was because it got batted at the line.
Just hit your check
Still,
balance, man. You got to
yeah,
realize kind of where the defenders is in front of you, the defensive lineman, one who tipped the ball, and then two, even if that got through, you're throwing it in a really, really tight window
that's
that you're
tight
likely not going
window.
to get the ball into.
Like
So
that's you need like 2 levels up in arm talent if you want to try fitting balls in
yeah,
windows like that, man.
maybe that was like a heat check thing for him, whatever.
Maybe.
But
I
like,
again another turnover that we got lucky didn't come back to bet. This was a weird game. Like it happened almost exactly like we talked in the first half. Like Boston College put one super long methodical drive together in the first
yeah,
quarter, kicks a field goal. We immediately turn around, shove it down their throat. They put another long drive together, score. We immediately turn around, go get them. Like it was a weird one. And then in the second half, it turned into a turnover fest. But defensive side of the ball, defense. Now this was a weird game because like we were trailing for a decent little portion of the first half. I was never worried about this game because of the
I
defense.
wasn't worried. Yeah, I agree. I was never worried about the defense crumbling, folding, anything like that. They're playing at a really high level right now, Keith, where it's multiple guys around the football at all times. The pass rush is just so fun to watch. And even the guys in the back end, yes, we had some hiccups where it might have been shaded over a little bit too much or bad eyes, but I mean, the guys are getting home, they're creating turnovers, they're flying around with the football, and they're hitting hard. And I saw instances where, we had 2 plays where we messed up on something and then we come back and clearly take coaching and make an adjustment and end up making a play on the ball. So it's like, as long as we're making in-game adjustments and things like that, I'm really happy.
Yeah, yeah. Defensive line was phenomenal again. Boston College had a little bit of success running between the tackles, but I wouldn't say they had a good day at the office. I think they carried the ball, yeah, 36 carries for a grand total of 116
Yeah.
yards. 13 of those carries coming from the quarterback, just running for his life on broken plays. So, again, another
He
game
had,
where
I think it was that first drive, Keith. We mentioned the long methodical drive. He had like, I think 2 or 3 draw plays that were really. I was like, man, if they keep running this could be a problem for us. But I mean, I think they eventually went against running it for whatever reason.
we were ahead, so they had to, but also they did a really good job with that opening script of mixing things up, mixing up
Right.
inside and outside plays. Like Bill O'Brien, dude's a gamer. But also, this was, I believe, yeah, 46 attempts, the most Grayson James. Granted, second start of the year, by far most attempts of the season. He only attempted 28 passes against UConn, and they got their teeth kicked in that game. So we really squeezed Boston College and forced them into being more one-dimensional than they're comfortable with, which is how we win on the defensive side of the ball because our interior D-line has just been so damn
Man, they were
good.
fun. They are fun. Ever since I think you brought it up early, Keith, like first, second week of the season. I mean, you were even talking praise about the two guys, Conga and Jordan, before the season even
Gerard.
started. Yeah. So like, I mean, this. I got to give you tip my cat to you. Tip my cap. You've been calling for them since the very start. So
I mean, it's I ain't doing nothing. I'm just watching good football players be good at football, man.
it's
Uh,
fun, man. Good D line
spe-
play is fun.
oh, for sure. Speaking of which, like we'd be remiss not to talk about the edges. AJ Green played a really good game. Unfortunately, I don't think he got any big sexy stats. Wes Bailey with 2. I think he should have had 3, but they ruled James down at the line of scrimmage on one early in the game, and then he doesn't, again, someone who doesn't have like sexy stats, but Clev Lubin, phenomenal play, dropping back or catching a pass or screen, dropping back, able to jump, get a hand on it, leading to a big man INT. We've got some friggin' football
I thought he
players
was
on this
about to lay
defensive
out
line,
and get
man.
that one, bro. I thought he was gonna get his own bat down interception. That would have been sick.
So, like, defensive side, though, I cannot sing the praises of the trenches enough. This was a game where we controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball and really just made Boston College uncomfortable, and it made things way
Special teams
easier.
as well is becoming something that you're having to watch. Like you're having to tune in every time that we're on like the field in any capacity for special teams because I mean, even if we're punting the ball, our punter is going to drop one inside the 5 yard line now. Like what?
I mean, it was a rough night punting last night. It was which we gave them their flowers last week, and like you said, pat them on the ass.
I
Shit
was
in our
fine
hand.
with it. I mean, like they didn't do anything. Like I was more happy with the punt inside the 5 yard line. Everything else, I mean, like I can live with
Yeah,
because our defense is really. I wasn't worried about Boston College's offense doing anything against our defense.
for
So
sure. Yeah, 2 punts inside the 20 out of the 6 total. One of which was down by Cooper Ranvier, the one inside the 5. They had lined up for field goal, faked out of it, turned into a punt, and then Ranvier just runs and catches it on the fly. That kid's an athlete, man. Like,
that's sick. I mean,
yeah.
like anytime you can catch it on the fly, like that play just gets me going.
So those were the main high level observations. Was there anything else that sort of you had in mind or was sticking to you?
Nothing that's outside the game notes.
All right. Well, before we dive into the game notes, we're going to take a quick second, run a little ad for our friends over at Burn Boot Camp, and then we'll be right back. Fellas, football season is here. And if you're looking for a place to get after it like you're still in the locker room, Burn Boot Camp is where you need to be. It's not your typical gym. This is all about community, accountability, and pushing each other to be better every day. Whether you're just getting started or already in game shape, Burns Group Workouts have you covered with one-on-one personal training built right in. They've got locations in Louisville, Prospect, and Crestwood, so no excuses about not getting there. Morning, afternoon, evening, they've got classes that fit your busy schedule. And parents, you'll love this. They even offer complimentary child watch. Right now, you can sign up for a free 3-day trial with unlimited workouts. Check Burn Bootcamp online at burnbootcamp.com and see for yourself what it's all about. Then get off the sidelines and get in the game with Burn Bootcamp. Huge thank you again to our friends over at Burn Boot Camp. Vince, before we officially dive into the game notes segment, we got to take a quick trip around the ACC. We got so excited about the game that we just jumped right over it. So, and this will be relevant for our upcoming game. Virginia Tech have a life. Friday night game. They beat Cal in double overtime. I'm so happy to see the students there just not giving up on that team. The players not giving up on that team. Those guys are freaking battling, man, and they're making
it's a football town, bro. That's what I'm saying. James Franklin needs to go there and just be happy.
I'd hate it because conference foe getting
of course,
potentially be a good coach.
That's a good spot for him.
I feel like that's just a good natural fit, and it's not too unfamiliar. Like he's already been recruiting in that area, so it's just switching things up slightly. Also, they're 3-2 since they dropped Brent Pry and went to the interim head coach. So might be playing their way into it. Might be playing his way into a gig. Georgia Tech, one of the teams ahead of us in the ACC title race, they pound on Syracuse. Just sucks that the Orange. They're a completely different team without Angeli, man. Miami bludgeoned Stanford in what I can only describe as maybe the ugliest uniforms I've seen since those Michigan State uniforms where instead of white, they went with like neon green on green.
Yeah.
Those were
Purdue did one too, like that had a neon green for, I think it was a cancer game, but it didn't look good,
Yeah, either that or the Gator uniforms that Florida had way back in the day.
That was awful. That was awful.
Uniforms ugly, but Stanford, they were in a weird spot. Was Miami going to get off the mat after losing to us, or were they going to get back to kicking ass? And we appear to have their answer. And Stanford, unfortunately, was on the receiving end of that belt to Tukis application. Virginia, man, I was talking about it pregame. Wouldn't it be funny if North Carolina finally got one against the Hoos? And damn, they were so close. And, there's two schools of thought on this. Like, yes, cheer for Virginia because they'll do good. We need them to lose twice anyway for us to jump them in the ACC title race. So just let's have it look like a good loss as long as possible. Man, screw those bozos. I want them to lose so bad. And they've got a tricky schedule the rest of the way. Like, they've got a loss or two with their name on it. They have to go to Cal. So, road trip to the West Coast this weekend. Home game against a Wake Forest team that Dickert, he's doing a damn good job with the Deacons. We'll talk about them here in a second. They have to go to Duke. Duke, that offense can be spooky. They can put up points. And then, of course, things get weird in a rivalry game, home game against Virginia Tech to close the season. Wouldn't that be the way to send off your interim coach with a win against your in-state rival?
Hilarious.
So are you convinced Virginia will drop 2 of those 4 games?
Yes. I'm convinced they will. I think Virginia will at some point this year.
They've just been flirting with disaster so much.
Yeah, you can't flirt with disaster that much without eventually disaster will hit.
Yeah, like bad things are going to happen if you tempt fate enough. And another team that had been tempting fate, SMU, and they got Jake Dickert and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, who are 5-2, by the way, 2-2 at ACC play. They get the win at home against SMU. They benched Robbie Ashford, switched to Sean Purdy. He was not great. They only put up 85 yards of rushing in this game. This was a freaking ugly game. There were 6 Wake Forest fumbles. There were 2 SMU fumbles. Like it was
That's pretty
just
ugly.
it was such an ugly game, dude. Like, I mean, Kevin Jennings, 21 to 39 for only a buck 71 with an interception, and he had the highest QBR of any QB that played in this game. So the Mustangs now 3-1 in ACC play. That it sucks because you want to have good marquee games coming up on the schedule, but SMU was a team that looked beatable all year. They finally got. I would not be shocked if they get got. I mean, they got Miami this weekend, so they probably going to get got at least one
Yep.
more time. Then they have to go to Boston College. They could get got up there too. Hey, spooky nights in Chestnut Hill, man. It gets
Those are
spooky
things.
up there this
Those are
time of
real
year.
things. I've had a spooky night up there.
So this could be an SMU team. Like, I'm not hitting the button yet, but that's what I'm monitoring the quit watch situation on. Because
They definitely could. I could see that for sure, Keith, with the ringer of games they have coming up, and then us as well on the schedule. So, I mean,
yeah, so
definitely a possibility.
I hope not, for the sake of us having a good opponent and a good matchup lined up, but
Yeah, for sure.
you never know. And then Pitt, we may have inspired potentially one of the greatest turnarounds in college football history. Pitt going away from Eli Holstein to that new true freshman QB. They're a wagon now. And that wagon ran over NC State. I didn't even think NC State played bad, but Pitt just going nuts. I believe
You're
it's
welcome, Pitt.
like the Hollywood Schmothers, only 8 carries, got 86 yards on those 8 carries, but Pitt was ahead so much in this game that they just had to abandon the run game and force CJ Bailey to throw it 40 times.
Yeah.
And he still threw 3 touchdowns and no picks. That's the crazy thing. Like, NC State played good and still got their asses whooped. Like
that, yeah. I mean, it happens sometimes, man. Imagine being on a Scott Satterfield team where you outgain all your opponents and still eventually still find a way to lose.
Man, that Pitt team, we got them at the right time, because that's slowly turning like that's going to look like a really good win for us at the end of the year. So
yeah, I agree.
So with that now, that's going to take care of the Around the ACC segment. Let's dive back into the Boston College game and let's take a look at the tape with Vince's Game Notes. Vince's Game Notes are brought to you by insert sponsor name here. If you want to sponsor Vince's Game Notes, you know who to reach out to. All right.
Who they reach out to? I'm kidding. What we need right here, we have to go now on the edge. This is a screenplay, right? So, Keith, you can hit the next one. You can see it right here. As soon as he turns, you want to go. And we're still sitting there flat-footed, kind of waiting on the play to come to us. And notice how I had that circle a little bit out in front of the receiver. And that's because, like we said last week, you want to go where he's going to be, not where he is at. So hit the next one, Keith, and I believe we'll be able to see it played out. So you go now. And you likely get a better angle on that because the corner's doing exactly what he's supposed to do and forcing the play back inside you. Now it's up to you to make a decision. As soon as his butt turns, you have to go.
Yeah. One more time. Just make the tackle, Antonio. I can't be mad. You had a good game.
So very, yeah, right. That's how a lot of these are. It's like you can't really be mad at the player fully because as a whole, the defense played a good game, but a lot of these are correctable mistakes. Like right here, this is a screenplay, damn near the exact same thing, Keith. And hit the next clip, you'll be able to see it better. Where it's going, we decide to go now. As soon as he turns, you go now, right off his butt, and you end up making a play. Like it's that simple. Where, as soon as he turns, you go.
Yep. And unfortunate pause timing because it's like as you're seeing the forward lean to go. But one thing I want to point out, and part of the reason why some people might have been panicked about the offensive performance in this game, this is still the first drive of the game, and we're 7 minutes into the first quarter. BC has the ball for another 2 minutes after this.
Yeah, it's insane.
That first drive was unreal game scripting.
So previous weeks we have been talking about the tackles and their feet and stepping way too outside your base and making it a lot easier to get beat across your face. I want you to watch tackle's feet right here because he is in perfect position to be able to take that step and keep blocking out, or to, what he does. I believe he ends up washing the guy down right here. Keith, go ahead and hit the next one. You see this base right here? He can go outside or inside. He's good. He is good right where he's at. And now you can see it played out, I believe, with the next. No, still got one more. So at that point, Isaac just has one man to beat. And it's just
Stiff
bang,
arm
make a play.
Now, I will say,
Now when you
credit to that backside corner for BC not giving up on the play and actually getting him before the end zone.
and Colin Lacey too, I know you don't get a block, man, but the effort right there is awesome. So you see that right there. That's a play in previous weeks where we're getting beat across our face, and that's a TFL in the backfield. So for us to be able to take that outside step and then work back inside and wash the guy down and just provide a lane for Isaac to make a play is huge.
Yeah, and let's go back to it one more time. Yeah, you see him, big jab step out, works his way upfield with the right, and it's almost like he's baiting him inside, then gets around and just wash down, and then you got the one-on-one.
It's really just being underneath yourself and being able to take that step, that outside step, and go inside, and also taking your inside and being able to go outside. It's a great base.
Yeah,
great base.
It goes without, you normally say it for like skill position players, but offensive linemen, you got to be an athlete sometimes. And this is the case. Yep. Trevante Sylvester, heck of an athlete. So,
this is that's drill work. That's drill tape right there, Keith. That's perfect. So what you're gonna get right here is split zone. Who is that? I believe that's Caleb Perry, if I'm not mistaken. That linebacker circled. So what he's looking at number 2, which is the tight end that's in that snug position, and he's gonna come across the field in the split zone, and Perry's essentially not gonna adjust his eyes back anywhere and get beat behind him. Keith, you'll be able to see it better. Yep. So his head still staring at the quarterback, Next one. It's right there at this point. You sink, look for work. Don't just stand there and kill grass. Hit the next one, Keith, and I think it's played out.
Yeah.
So it's you see right here, just now turn your head and run. We can rally. They'll say we can rally to that running back out of the backfield. This is a big play we're giving up right here. We can come up and make a tackle on that running back. Keep sinking.
Yep. And I'm just pausing it on this frame for the folks who maybe didn't catch it the first time. He gets caught sort of watching the quarterback and keeping an eye on this running back who's peeling out to the flats. And while we're doing that, they've got a tight end
clip, Keith.
breaking us for 30.
Yep.
Just
see right there, just head didn't move at all, staring at the quarterback the whole time. If you're going to backpedal, and I can't even say anything, just get depth. Just go, turn and go.
I'm just glad that the tight end wasn't able to keep his feet in and take off for more on that, because that had 6 all over it.
This is pretty bad right here. This is just terrible eyes. Again, I want you guys to watch the stripe on the helmet provides for the perfect angle to show you where these guys are looking. We used to put stripes on helmets in practice, on practice helmets, just so we could see where your head would be during practice film. You can see it right. Back, there might be another back angle of that, or it might be played through. Yeah, right here is the worst one out of all of them. Where is your head? What are you looking at? 9's taking the back or tight end coming out.
Okay, so now my question on this, because I saw this play and was thinking a similar thing. What is, I believe this is Mac, supposed to be doing in this? Because if backer is taking back who's peeling out,
or play it all the way through.
Ooh, I'm trying to lead the audience.
Yeah. One has running back, and one of them is supposed to be taking that back. Regardless, neither one of them are supposed to be on that guy. On 11.
All right.
That's just terrible eyes. Where are we at with number 6? So I loved this with Miller and Lacey. I liked Miller being able to navigate a pocket. It felt like he did that. People were giving him crap saying he didn't look like he knew what to do with a clean pocket. Blah, blah. I thought he looked fine. He made that one piss poor decision with the football where he threw the interception that we'll get to. But plays like this right here, I thought were awesome for Miller Moss. Play it out, Keith. Great job calling Lacey right here, like we've been talking about. If you're looking, you're booking. Lacey knew there was nobody on that side, so I'm going to go ahead and flash my eyes to Miller. I want the ball now. At any point right here, Miller could have thrown the ball, and Lacey was ready for it.
Also, want to give the O line, and I believe it was that Skinner in protection, or no, was that Braxton and on the
I couldn't tell.
blitz pickup? Oh, Kariski. Good blitz pickup, 6 rushers, and yes, pocket gets collapsed, but you give the quarterback a clean lane to get out of. When the opposing team's sending 6, this is what your quarterback has to be able to do.
Yeah, that's great, bro. I mean, that's can't say enough good things about that one. Right here, we have the switch route. Man, as soon as he turns, you got to get hands on the hip and start washing in towards the sideline. You'll be able to see it better. Hit the next one, Keith. Next clip. Right here, that space that I have drawn in between should not be there. Ideally, he is right there on the hip, driving him closer to that 30 and then eventually closer to the sideline, making that a tougher throw for 3. Instead, we have what we have where it's a big play down the field. Great ball, great catch. I mean, the coverage wasn't necessarily that bad.
Yeah,
that's a damn good football play. I'm just saying where we could have corrected it is right there, take the space away and keep shoving him at the hip to make that a harder ball to throw in general.
Also, I'm going to give Grayson Jennings some flowers here. Look at this pressure in his face right now, and he's able to throw a dot. What a ball, man!
Yeah, it was a dot. It was a dot. Great catch, bro. I mean, you can't. It was a good play. It was a good play. You throw your arms up, good ball play. So right here, I loved how we played D-line, man. This is just violent D-line play. Beat your guy and make a play in the backfield. Let it ride, Keith. There's nothing really pretty or nothing to this. Just beat your man, make a play, wrap up, and sling his ass
toss.
Yep. Pretty. That's how you finish a football play right there.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you want to drive him into the ground, but, like, let the quarterback know, hey, it's going to be a long night for you.
Oh, for sure. And those hip tosses are just as satisfying, and you get penalized usually less often.
Yep. So right here, guys, watch Pete Niagara. I don't know what it's been with this offensive line the past couple of weeks, but, I mean, they've been doing a good job on the run. And Keith, remember weeks prior we had talked about how it seemed like they're hanging on to this double team too long, and they're not working up to the second level at all. So right here, you're going to see Pete realize that the guard has, it looks like a 3 technique on him. The guard can take this 3 technique he's got him, which he should be able to take the 3 technique right there with how they're running this play. And Pete does a phenomenal job of just getting second level. I believe this is 1-2. Hit the next clip, Keith.
So coming off the chip, looks for the eyes, finds work.
I mean, it's great. And just open field space right here. We get a big block on the outside as well. I mean, hit the next one. Watch it ride out. This is a great block on the outside, too. Just that little chip right there does so much.
Yep.
Pete does a phenomenal job. Pete Niagara, this is a play where, I was expecting this all year from Pete.
Yeah. No, it was a nice coming. And Pete, man, he had a hell of a game. Seemed like I found him all over the place. We ran a couple of plays where we were pulling the center, and you see him 20 yards downfield looking for a block and trying to find someone to hit. That's the type of shit that gets me fired up in a good way.
I love this right here from Nate. I had that little Y drawn out with the two dots going because Nate has most dangerous man. Nate doesn't necessarily have the guy over top of him or whichever one of them. Specifically, Nate has whichever guy's going to pull his trigger first so that we can get more yards. And Nate gets a 2-for-1 block. You got love for 2-for-1ers. It's the best blocks in football. You see him right there being able to break down and know, okay, I can get either one of these 2 guys right here with where I'm at. And he's in a great football position, and Miller makes a pitch and catch toss, and we ended up getting some good yards out of this. But watch the block from Nate once played all the way through. Bang. 2-for-1 right there.
Yep.
I say 2-for-1 because 2 is likely, or 20, one of those 2 guys. 20, no, 2. Yeah, 2 is likely making the play on that if you don't just get in his way.
Yeah, and he's making the play probably 10, 15 yards earlier if you don't get a hand and push him off his angle and make him take a longer pursuit angle to make a tackle.
Yep. Right here is I I would love to see Miller Moss do more of this, man. If nothing is there, F it, I'll do it myself. Take off and run and get as much as you can. And right here, he ends up, getting a good opportunity to run one in for a touchdown. So nothing really to it, just being able to navigate a pocket, find open space. Great job right there, getting in the way, 3. I mean, it's a good play for Miller. Great job just navigating and taking what you can get.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to go. There's a check down that's at the line of scrimmage with the defender right there, and you don't really have a throwing lane. Everyone else covered up pretty well. Climb the pocket, find the open lane, and find pay dirt.
Yep. Lamar Jackson right here. All right, so I love, again, the tackles blocking. Film Keith will tell you to take the inside on these tackles all day, right? And I'm sure these tackles know that by now, so just take your step. Don't be too wide in your step and wash him down if he's going to take that inside, and that's exactly what we do right here. I have – who is that? Is that Chris Bell on the outside as well?
Looks
the
like
receiver.
it.
Yes, this block right here, man, will get any wide receiver coach fired up. I'm sure Coach Branch was going crazy. You see right there what I had, the line I have in between his feet, just perfect shoulder width, being able to go outside, being able to go inside. Look at Chris Bell already eyeing his target, that demon. He is already eyeing his guy down. Hit the next one. So first clip, watch the tackle, bang, and then watch Chris. Bang!
And it's always 2. Rasheed Miller just gets a little bit of a bear paw on 2 at the second level. It's not a ton, but it's enough, especially if you got a back as fast as Isaac. Right there. Just
exactly.
A little push.
Oh, my God.
And
Chris Bell just went off the ropes and just clotheslined that dude. I love it. I love it, man.
New dance move from Isaac there, too.
God, that's just great. That's just manhandling somebody, Keith. Where are we at? Good ball from Miller. O-line gave Miller plenty of time to throw here. Takes a drop, and absolutely just drives on it. This is something I think, Keith, we've been talking about since game 1 that Miller excels at, is in between the hash throws like this.
Yep.
This was just a good ball, good route, finding open space.
Yeah, just look at that pocket. Good job, O-line.
Clip that.
Hey, positive Keith. And then,
yes,
zone beater. Beats the cover 3, finds a nice little zone between the safeties and the linebackers. Too easy.
Yep. So off the positive, back to the negative.
Back to the negative.
Caleb Perry, again, the same damn play. Eyes in the wrong spot and just gets beat just right behind him. Hit the next clip, Keith. See it again. I mean, he's right next to you at this point. He is right next to you, and you are just staring at the quarterback. And this one's bad because it ends up being for a touchdown. So hit the next one. Yeah, it's just and look, and any time a running back is bent over like that, Keith, he doesn't have the damn football.
Hey, maybe he's got doo-doo diarrhea while he's got the ball, and he's just clenching it. Oh, my stomach!
Like, but that's right there. That's right there. If I'm a running back coach, I'm sitting there saying that's why we carry out our fakes that way, because it gets linebackers like Perry to bite on it like this.
And I mean, we already
see him bite down, and he just goes right past it, man. That's an old high school Harry. Let me slide right past and find open space.
And for those of you who are thinking, oh, that's weird. Or do you have no? That's the second time he got beat on this exact concept in this game. Like Boston College, they found a target, they attacked it, and they let that tight end eat.
Yep. All right, so this is the perfect way right here. If you're going, I have Caleb Perry circled again. If you're gonna have 2 F-ups, you better come with the big play. And Caleb Perry delivered right here. You can't get frustrated. You can't stay down. Play the next football play. Take your coaching from the sideline. How can I implement it on the field whenever I get out there? Great job right here, pulling your trigger and just delivering a nasty hit. I mean, head across, drive all the way to the ground.
The most frustrating part of this play was the premature whistle. Gets his head across, ripping at the ball, is able to rip it out. And the worst part is the ball is already long. I'm going to see if I can pause it exactly when the whistle blows. That's like right here is when the whistle blows. Yeah. And if you can't really tell from the freeze frame, There's the ball with Watts' hand
Ball's
on
on the
it.
ground.
So just immensely frustrating. Now, granted, offense bailed the ref out there. We got the 6 points regardless, but still.
Yep. Yep. Great job, Perry, on that one. All right, we got Miller to Lacey. This was a phenomenal route by Colin Lacey. I mean, just sexy. He sets him up just perfectly outside, and you'll see the exact hit the next clip. You'll see right here where he freezes the corner's hips. That's all it takes when you're as good as Colin Lacey is. Freeze the hips right there, and he's got you beat. He's getting across your face, and it's gonna be touchdown. This is one of the better balls Miller has thrown in his Cardinal uniform. This ball right here was a really good football for Miller. Stepping, pressure in your face, let it fly. I mean, Lacey didn't have to turn around. Yep, right between the hashes.
Not perfect. I'm not going to say even good, but Isaac Brown actually getting in the rusher's way.
Don't hit
making
play.
A difference in pass pro.
Look at Lacey right here. Look at that. Look at how he has that corner. You did not have to do that corner like that, Keith.
You beat him so bad that Moss doesn't even have to drive into this one. He kind of throws it off his back foot a little bit, but keeps it on target. Want Lacey to hold on to that ball a little bit longer in the end zone in stadium. I thought he dropped it right there when the ball comes out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought we were not getting
that thing away, man.
I'm guessing the refs probably were like, okay, we cost this team a touchdown. We're not even reviewing this bad boy. It counts. It counts.
All right, Keith, pat him on the ass, and he's shitting in our hand. Right here, you're just forcing it. I mean, we said it earlier in the show. You're just forcing it to an area where you don't need. Look at the running back right here. Keywan's available. I mean, in a much better throwing lane for you. I mean, just a much better throwing lane. Imagine him just stepping to the side there and just delivering a ball to Keywan. Instead, we're throwing into triple coverage.
Well, you've got a throwing lane to Keywan out to the flats. You've got a throwing lane here to Lacey. It might be a bit of a hospital ball, but this linebacker's dropping, so Lacey might be able to put a little move on.
I bet Lacey would sit it down right there in front of Miller Moss because that's what he's taught. Remember, Keith, what we've been talking about is if there's a guy out there, he's going to sink and sit it down. So, you're right.
I just don't know what he saw here. Even if this comes out clean, that would yes, Bell has an inside release, but you got safety help. If anything, this is where This is where you should be going over the top because seven ain't getting here in time.
No. And if that ball's not picked off, I mean, obviously it's picked off by who is it? The D lineman? No,
the D lineman gets a hand on it.
2 was picking it off regardless. That's where I was getting at. 2 was getting it regardless.
Yeah, because he's already broken on the ball. And yes, that did knock some speed off of it. But you have a linebacker, you have 27, and you have 2 who's already making a mad dash across.
Yeah.
If anything, he has to slow up to catch it there. So,
yeah. All right. So if you're not going to get pressure, Keith, if you're not going to get the sack and you play D-line, what are you supposed to do? Jump, get your hands up. Now, you might get your ribs broke by the offensive line, but you also might get a bat down, which leads to an interception. Hit play.
And God, he's just so undervalued. Clev Lubin, such a smart football player. Keeps his hands off, disengages, sees balls coming out, gets hands up, damn near makes the pick himself, turns it into a great volleyball set. And then, again, we're talking about linemen. Be an athlete. Gerard, make the play.
Keith, the key word you said out of all that stuff, man, is the disengage. Playing offensive line, myself playing fullback, any of the offensive linemen we've ever played with, they're going to break your ribs in that situation if you jump. That's just what they're taught. They're taught to punish you whenever you leave the feet. And for you to disengage and be able to, like you said, give it a good little volleyball set, that's beautiful. It's an NFL play.
Yeah, I mean, just if you want to laugh for yourself, look up punish jumpers on Twitter, and you're going to find some fantastic highlight reels of some D linemen that don't disengage and get their hands up, and bad things happen.
Or Dennis Rodman punishing jumpers. That could be also a thing that shows up. Great job.
Such a smart football player, man.
On to the specs. I loved this punt right here. I talked about it before we got to the game notes, and I just wanted to highlight it, man. You got to give the special teams a shout out.
Also, right here, right here. Ranvier on the fly. He gets downfield and catches this.
I love that you pointed him out. I was struggling to look for him. There
Kid's
oh,
got
look at
wheels.
it go. Look at he
Looking,
knew her.
looking,
Oh my
looking.
god.
Bah.
He didn't give two shits about any of those blockers, man. Just watch him go. His head just turning. Oh, I can get it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Swaggy Coop. Doesn't give a shit about that. Doesn't give a shit about that doink earlier. Also, resiliency to come back and stroke another one right through the uprights from like 45 after that. Like, not a good game.
This was a great sack. Having your eyes on the quarterback, you're getting upfield, right? And if you're too far upfield, just come right back and work back down to the quarterback. Keith, at the next clip, we'll be able to see right here is the point where he wins. It is just that quarterback is standing there like a damn statue. It's like he's about to get ready to get teed off on. Love the hands right here. You can see 17's whole number, his whole back right now. That's how violent in this rip Wes Bailey is. So, just great job.
Yeah, and this is, I'm going to jump back one. This is a full bore max protect look.
Yeah, he's on the tight end.
Running back comes up the middle. He's helping, so you have a double team on the inside. You've got one here, and then you've got three blockers for AJ Green and for Clev Lubin. And this is what our rush package makes it so special. You can't double team everyone. If you double team in Clev, then guess what? You're leaving a one-on-one with either AJ or Wes Bailey, and you damn sure, I wish I had the confidence in anyone the way Bill O'Brien or Grayson James had confidence in that tight end for a one-on-one against that mutant, because that was a bad decision.
You're never going to win that, man. This is a great pass
gets
rush.
Taken for a ride.
Great pass rush. So right here, Keith, this was a point where Caleb Perry took coaching from the past 2 or 3 plays where we had pointed out where he got beat, a guy sneaking behind him not turning his head, him not getting to depth, to whereas he takes coaching from the sideline, likely got his ass ripped, and he goes and applies it here in the game in adjustments. So hit the next clip. We start mugged up on the line, and we drop back, and you can already see his head is turned looking at the 2 receivers that are running routes in front of him, getting to his depth, already dropping to his depth. This is great job right here. Next one, Keith. Great job. Right in front of him. Now 4's running a little bit free. We can rally up and make a play to that. But right here, we're at our depth, and we're not getting beat behind us.
And he gets hands on.
Exactly, and it puts you in the perfect position to make a play for an interception. So that's how you take the coaching, the plays where you have clearly messed up on, and turn it into a positive play.
I noticed it on my rewatch, but I just love that you were able to clip it here. 4, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself in this situation. Oh.
It's like the perfect ridiculousness chair fold.
Luckily, my neck broke my fall.
Yep. Luckily, my neck broke my fall. So right here, this was, man, I would have loved for the safety. It's a cover 3 beater, Keith. This was just a straight up cover 3 beater. They ran it down the seam. You would love for your safety to be a little bit more towards the hash right here to make a play on it. But we're locked up likely. The corner's likely locked up with that number 1 receiver on the outside right there. And, it's just not good for us. TJ gets light hands on, not enough to where it really does anything. You see the safety in the back end right there. I would love for him to be a little bit more towards the hash. But, again, this looked like a beater.
And, again, I think this is another one. Yeah, Grayson James, just great throw with pressure bearing down on him, too. Look at that pressure in his face when he's delivering this throw.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice? I gotta get a shot off every now and then.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so last one right here for the game notes. Offensive line, great job. I have the whole offensive line circled. They create a hole right here that Keith and I could have held hands and ran through. It was phenomenal. Great job blocking by the wide receiver, springing a big run. That's how you get big runs. Hit the next clip, Keith. I mean, that hole is freaking huge that
Yep.
Keywan's about to run through. Great job him realizing, okay, cutbacks there, bang, right down the middle of the
Yep.
pipe. One
Linebacker
on
was
one
over
look.
aggressive, filling over the top, and just
Mm-hmm. Stick a foot
and
in the
that's
ground, get north and south.
yep, that's just a mature play from a I would say younger ball player. What, third year for Kiwan now? So
Yeah, something like that. Now,
yeah.
I have it circled right here because we start this block at the 50, and at the end, I want you to see where he ends up. Like, I think it's a good 10 to 15 yard push. Got him there, engaged at
And
the 50.
we're
Yeah,
going
we're
on a
going to
ride.
yeah, we're going for a ride. That is just beautiful, man.
All right, my one critique: BC's out of timeouts. Slide, slide and knee it
Oh,
out. Don't give,
fuck that
don't give them the
pussy.
chance to get the
Score.
ball back.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Score. Foot on the throat. No, Keith. None of that soft shit around here anymore. Score. Go score.
Let's at least watch the score if we're going to talk about scoring. So, but I mean, not giving them the ball back and suffocating them to win, I think is pretty aggressive. But you know what? The kid deserved a big touchdown pop. He's been busting his ass. He's been banged up a lot this year. So
You hear that, Keewan? Keith Artoth didn't want you to score. You hear that, Keewan? I did, though. I want you to score lots of touchdowns. He doesn't. Keith doesn't.
I want him to score when we don't have a lead with less than 2 minutes left and they're out of timeouts.
I want him to score every time it's the football. That was
I mean,
fun. That was I had fun rewatching that. I didn't think the game was as bad as people really thought it was. It was.
Yeah.
There definitely had its moments, but like we talked about, Keith, this is a game the coaches are likely licking their chops because they get to celebrate the win, but also have plenty of coaching points to go over whenever they come into the film room.
For sure. So always good to coach a guy up after a win. So last little recap segment for the game before we get things taken care of. Helmet stickers and MVP. So helmet stickers, O-line as a whole. Like we'd been challenging them all year. Go out and dominate a team that you're supposed to dominate in the trenches. Now, I don't know if it's just something magical about Trevante Sylvester actually being back. But the O-line actually went out and dominated a team that they were
Yeah.
supposed to for once. So stickers all around. Pete Nigra especially, man. He was all over the freaking field bullying dudes that game. I mean, one, shoot him out a little bit in film study, but he made a couple of big plays. Caleb Perry. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were going to give him a sticker or not. That one
I
kind of
would.
surprised
I
me.
gave. Yes. I mean, like, yes. The two plays don't make or break your whole game, right? It's all about how you take those two plays and imply what you've learned, the mistakes you've made, into the other 50 plays that you have to play throughout the course of a football game. So, I mean, I was impressed with how Caleb Perry played. I was happy with how he played. I was frustrated at the plays he gave up, but it's correctable, and he corrected it.
Yeah. Another one you had listed down in the linebacking core, TJ Quinn.
Lead the team in tackles.
Yeah,
Great
I mean
job.
he was all over the friggin' place. And I mean, this is probably the most obvious helmet sticker give out that's ever going to be. We gushed about this entire unit for about 5 to 10 minutes during the game notes segment at least. The entire D line. Helmet stickers all around. You got passes deflected. We got 2 sacks. We got an interception. We stuffed up the
TFLs.
run game again. Not a single individual 100-yard rusher again for a team that likes to run the ball again. Just
Yep.
all over the place. D-line, round of applause. Kewan Brown. We just talked about ending it with him. You had the dagger play to make it a 2-score game. Me and Vince, now this was one, if that was to, clear 25 and a half, we might not have been able to give you that helmet sticker, Kewan. But because it was only for 14, helmet sticker for you.
That's fair. We had to get our point back.
So Kewan Brown, and then MVP. I know he had a fumble. We got to work on it. We got to coach him up. But the dude hit 2 massive home run carries and had over 200 yards on 14 carries. Isaac Brown, MVP. Hell of a game, good sir.
It's just a completely, like we talked with EMAC, it's just a completely different team whenever he is on the football field fully healthy. Just completely different. He turns these, what?
I'll show you here in just a second.
Oh, I saw that when it was happening. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not the only one. Keith, get out of here with that soft ass shit. Get your ass in the end zone.
I love that. But no, Isaac Brown, phenomenal game. Any last second thoughts, observations? I know this is a very common sentiment from the fan base. They just want to see more consistency from the quarterback. And I think at this point, what you see is what you get. Like, you can't ask him to do too much. He's like, I don't think he'll lose you a game, but I don't know if you can completely rely on him to go win it. Just be game manager and let's make the most with it.
Yeah, I'm same boat as you, Keith.
Yeah. So next time you see us, it will either be Wednesday or Thursday. That's still being ironed out. We'll post it all over the socials when we get that confirmed. You will see us here in the Digital Currents Corner studio, which, by the way, went there last Friday again, got a burger. Oh, my God.
Nice.
I'm addicted to the Currents Corner. It's now that the temperature's finally like in the 40s and 50s, it's Currents Corner chili season. Can't freaking wait to get in there. So
I'll see you over there.
Yeah. So Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be in the Digital Currents Corner studio for our preview episode for the Virginia Tech Hokies. And it's a game that we were a little worried to start the year. Then we were like, oh, man, okay, sweet. Now it's starting to look a little spooky again. Still, Louisville, for the most part, controls their destiny. We need a little help to get to the ACC title game, but we've got grander aspirations.
Control what you can control, which is the next game in front of you.
So, I want to thank you all, especially if you're in the Pink Seats Party Deck here in the YouTube chat. Shout out to you all for hopping in. Enjoy it. Now they're talking bourbon, what they were able to pick up in the party deck. Love to see that.
I love it.
So, thank you all. If you're watching us on Twitter, appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you drop those follows wherever you find us. If you're listening to the audio episode, make sure like, review, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, re-like, re-review, and we'll be back later this week. And as always, go Cards.
Go Cards.
That's Vince. I'm Keith. Forgot that part. Oops.
Italian American Civil Rights League. Join.
That's anti-Italian discrimination. Oh, man. Oh, that's kind of cool. We got Louisville recruits liking tweets, plugging the show. Love to see it. All right, I think that's long enough now. We can actually end this and have the end of the broadcast available for me. So, woohoo.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.